Yeah, it's long one.
You do some pads today?
Yes, sir. Do some pads. Yeah, we're going to do some pads today. And then technique and all that stuff, you know. I'm not the most slickest. I'm not the most technical. Well conditioned. Stick in there. 12 rounds, what's it? 36 minutes. Fight for an hour. Stay in there, even if it gets hard. Awful.
This is where things get seriously explosive. Anthony Joshua sending a brutal message straight through the heavyweight division, dropping one of Oleksandr Usyk's own camp members. That kind of power does not lie. If this carries into a real fight, the entire landscape shifts instantly. Joshua sounds sharp, composed, and completely in control of his craft. This is not reckless aggression, this is calculated dominance. He is thinking, adjusting, dictating every second. That is exactly why when he lets his hands go, the damage becomes devastating. Sparring explains the engine behind Anthony Joshua's destructive sparring. Surrounded by multiple fighters day in day out, the intensity never drops. That kind of environment sharpens timing and power, and it is exactly why those knockouts in camp are becoming a serious talking point.
Was sparring. You know, it's the first time where we consistently had 7 or 8 guys in camp, living in camp, training with him day in, day out. And it made a big difference in the fights. I think he knows that the way that he's going to improve is...
Spencer Oliver is saying that Anthony Joshua looks mentally strong and physically ready again. He is pointing towards a fighter who has rebuilt himself properly. And with this kind of form in camp, those brutal sparring knockouts start making complete sense.
I thought he looked good. I think that mentally he's in a good place. Physically, he looked good as well. He's been working well out in Thailand, and I sort of agree with Paulie. I think that he's a massive addition to the heavyweight scene. He has been over the last 10 years, and I think it's good to have him back. You know, we need the characters. Look, are the legs still there? We're gonna...
Francis Warren is describing Anthony Joshua as an absolute animal in sparring. He is highlighting the intensity and physicality inside the gym, which directly connects to that knockout moment and shows how serious Anthony Joshua is right now.
You see him yesterday, he looks like an absolute animal, and the spars were as such. You know, there were 2 guys going in there and getting at it, and you can't buy the work that...
Carl Frock is giving a mixed take here, saying the fight makes sense but not showing much excitement. Still, with Anthony Joshua showing this kind of power in sparring, performances like that could easily change opinions very quickly.
He will come out of retirement. If you can do a deal to fight AJ, I think it makes massive sense. It will feed his ego a little bit. It'll be the end of an era, and I think it'll be something that I could tune in to watch. Like I said earlier, I'm not massively excited about a fight with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. If that fight never happened, I'd be like, yeah, okay.
I train because it's my life, innit? It's what we do and I fight, so it's just my life. So yeah, that will happen soon as well, when he's ready.
Tyson Fury is projecting supreme confidence, claiming he is untouchable and adaptable against anyone. He clearly believes his size, skill set, and style variety make him unbeatable. Yet Anthony Joshua's recent sparring sessions tell a different story. Observers are noting Joshua's power and precision, which could challenge Fury's assumptions. Fury may talk like a champion, but in the gym, Joshua is proving that when he lands, it's devastating. This contrast between Fury's words and Joshua's actions adds a layer of tension and excitement for the heavyweight division, making the upcoming clashes even more intriguing.
To beat the Gypsy King. 1, I'm too big, 2, I'm too good, and 3, I've got too many styles for them. And 4, I'm an adapter, and 5, they couldn't ever beat me anyway. So there we go.
Frank Warren highlights that Anthony Joshua is fully committed and motivated, but the fight can only happen once terms are agreed. He acknowledges Joshua's intense training, which has been showcased in sparring sessions where his power is undeniable. Warren's insight confirms that Joshua is not just preparing, he is rebuilding, getting mentally sharp and physically ready. Fans witnessing these workouts can already sense the threat Joshua poses. The combination of discipline, focus, and explosive strength suggests that when this fight goes ahead, Anthony Joshua could dominate from the opening bell and change the heavyweight landscape entirely.
And he said that he wants to fight, but this fight will only happen when the terms are agreed for him to fight. And as far as I understand at this moment, that's not been done. So the terms have got to be sorted out, and then I'm quite sure if that is the case, he will do.
Liam Goff points out that Eddie Hearn believes July gives Anthony Joshua plenty of time to recover, sharpen his skills, and maintain peak performance. Joshua's sparring has already shown his timing, power, and readiness. This extended camp ensures he can perfect every punch, improve strategy, and maintain stamina. Observers note that with this preparation, Joshua is shaping into a complete package, physically dominant, mentally focused, and dangerous every second he steps in the ring. The anticipation for his next fight is building because fans can already see the serious threat he poses to anyone in his weight class.
Well, Eddie Hearn said that he thinks it will be, and it will be in July, and that's a good long break. You know, it's December to July, so, you know, it's more than 6 months, so it's plenty of time to, you know, let AJ see how he gets on, because Eddie Hearn did say in that interview, I think it was a boxing scene, that even though he spoke with AJ, even though he's...
Anthony Joshua is taking the fight to Tyson Fury publicly, showing no hesitation in challenging the Gypsy King. His confidence is backed by the brutal sparring we've seen, proving he can deliver power and precision at the highest level. Joshua is sending a message that he is not just ready but eager, forcing the heavyweight division to pay attention. Fans can sense the tension building as Joshua stakes his claim, turning words into a challenge backed by real skill, strength, and strategy, making this one of the most anticipated showdowns in years.
What will prove me and him fighting is that there will be one dominant figure in the heavyweight division that will have all of the belts and become undisputed. So logically it says to prove yourself as number one, I have to fight Tyson Fury, he has to fight Anthony Joshua, and it will cause for a great announcement after this whole pandemic.
Tyson Fury is letting his aggression and personality show, using his trademark trash talk to intimidate opponents. Despite the words, Anthony Joshua's recent sparring performances prove he is not fazed by verbal attacks. Fury may try to unsettle him, but Joshua's focus, power, and consistency in camp show that when he steps in, he responds with action, not just words. This contrast highlights Joshua's mental strength and readiness, setting the stage for a clash where Fury's talk will meet Joshua's undeniable physical reality.
Get your money and get fucked up, you little shithouse. You must have saw the size of me and shit yourself, you little gappy tooth.
Simon Jordan is highlighting Anthony Joshua's mindset and motivation. Physically, he is dominant, but it's the mental drive that will dictate how far he goes. Joshua's sparring knockouts demonstrate that he still wants the fight, the challenge, and the destruction only he can deliver. Jordan's comments underline that Joshua's current training isn't just about fitness, it's about purpose, proving he is ready to impose himself fully back into the heavyweight scene. Fans can see a fighter mentally locked in and physically devastating, making him a legitimate threat to anyone in the division.
And so with that in mind, physically, of course, he'll overcome it. It's whether boxing provides him with an outcome that he wants to motivate himself to go back into a ring and punch.
Tyson Fury is making it very clear that he feels unstoppable and ready for any challenge. He emphasizes his adaptability, confidence, and dominance over everyone in his path. However, Anthony Joshua's recent sparring performances demonstrate he is not intimidated by Fury's words. Joshua's brutal knockouts in training and calculated power show that Fury may be underestimating the level of threat Joshua now poses. Fury talks about destroying opponents, but Joshua has been proving with action in the gym that when he lands, the results are immediate and brutal. Fans are now seeing a real mental and physical clash shaping up, where Fury's bravado will meet Joshua's focus, preparation, and raw destructive ability, making this potential fight one of the most thrilling in heavyweight history.
Tyson Fury was tipped to win due to the fact that he went 12 rounds after a long layoff, and the only weapon Deontay Wilder had, in my opinion, was a decent jab and a decent right hand. Tyson Fury's strategy was to put him on his back foot and take the play away from Deontay Wilder as
Eddie Hearn is confirming that Anthony Joshua remains the focus of heavyweight attention, and this potential clash with Tyson Fury is the fight everyone is anticipating. He stresses that Joshua's involvement drives the conversation, highlighting his status as a top-tier draw in boxing. Observing Joshua's sparring, it's easy to see why he generates so much buzz. The ferocity and precision he displayed while knocking out Usyk's team member indicate that Joshua is not just physically prepared but mentally dominant. Hearn's comments reinforce that Joshua is seen as the benchmark in the heavyweight division, and his current form and training makes him a credible threat to Fury. Fans are now realizing this fight would not only be a spectacle but a true test of skill, power, and heart.
Fight that people have been talking about, and the only fight people want to see, and the reason that His Excellency has been engaging in those talks with Tyson Fury is to fight Anthony Joshua.
Simon Jordan acknowledges Tyson Fury's chaotic personality, but recognizes his incredible achievements. At the same time, he praises Anthony Joshua for his consistency and positive influence on the sport. This creates a contrast between Fury's theatrical bravado and Joshua's disciplined preparation. The recent sparring footage shows Joshua in complete control, hitting with precision and power that cannot be ignored. Jordan's perspective highlights that while Fury may entertain with words, Joshua delivers results in action. Observers see a fighter whose mental resilience, combined with his destructive capabilities in training, positions him as a real contender capable of dominating Fury if the fight materializes. Joshua's balance of focus, technique, and sheer strength makes him a compelling figure for fans and a dangerous opponent in the ring.
Tyson Fury's mouth drags it back into the gutter at times, but I also think that some of his achievements have been quite remarkable. And, he's come back and won fights and achieved things at times that I didn't think he could. Anthony Joshua, on the whole, has been...
Showbiz the Adult emphasizes Anthony Joshua's mental toughness after facing personal tragedy. He points out that despite setbacks, Joshua has maintained focus and confidence. The recent sparring knockout illustrates this resilience in action, showing that he channels personal strength into physical dominance. Joshua's ability to combine mental clarity with devastating power in camp is what sets him apart. Fans see a fighter who is not just hitting hard but thinking, analyzing, and controlling every movement. This combination of mind and body readiness confirms Joshua is prepared for high-level challenges. Showbiz's insight underscores that Joshua's strength is more than just physical. It's rooted in mental fortitude and determination to reclaim his position as a top heavyweight.
It's good to hear Anthony Joshua speak with confidence and strength, saying that he has a strong mind. And that was great because a lot of people are wondering with that tragedy, how he could be doing mentally and spiritually. Of course, he's sad. Of course, he's down. Of course, he needs time to grieve and all those things. But he has a strong...
Spencer Oliver is highlighting how Anthony Joshua's return to form in Thailand has revitalized him both physically and mentally. He points out that Joshua remains a massive figure in heavyweight boxing, and the recent sparring knockout confirms his threat level. Observers see a fighter whose timing, footwork, and explosive power are intact. Oliver notes that while the legs and conditioning are critical, Joshua has maintained both, showing he can deliver heavy shots consistently over rounds. This insight reinforces the narrative that Joshua is not just back but back with a purpose, blending experience, skill, and strength to remind the heavyweight world why he is considered one of its most formidable competitors.
I thought he looked good. I think that mentally he's in a good place. Physically, he looked good as well. He's been working well out in Thailand, and I sort of agree with Paulie. I think that he's a massive addition to the heavyweight scene. He has been over the last 10 years, and I think it's good to have him back. We need the characters. Are the legs still there?
The stage is set, and the tension in the heavyweight division has never been higher. Anthony Joshua has shown in every sparring session that his power, timing, and focus are sharper than ever. Brutal knockouts in camp prove that he is mentally locked in and physically devastating. Tyson Fury can talk all he wants about being the greatest, being untouchable, and adapting to anyone, but Anthony Joshua's current form is a serious threat. Every punch he throws in training is calculated and lethal, and his confidence radiates with purpose. If Anthony Joshua steps into the ring at this level, he could completely dominate Fury and reclaim his place at the top of the division. On the other hand, Fury's experience, adaptability, and unorthodox style could surprise Joshua if he underestimates the Gypsy King. This fight would not only be a test of skill and strength, but a battle of wills and mental toughness. Fans will be watching every movement, every feint, and every exchange with anticipation. Who will prove they are the true heavyweight king? Find out by subscribing and joining the conversation in the comments below.